Hello there, fellow peasants. Today we're going to be discussing my top 10 slasher movies of all time. My list might not look like your list, and your list might not look like my list. I'm going to tell you right now, multiple movies on this list are in the same franchise. So if you think, oh, he didn't have this or that, he doesn't have good variety, I don't give a shit about variety. What I like is what I like. If I wanted to put all 10 of these as the first Friday the 13th movies, I wanted the first 10 Friday movies as my top slashers, then, it's America. I'll do what I want. So, here we go. Number 10, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003. Great movie. Saw it in theaters in high school. It was a good time. Well done, well shot, well executed. Brutal. Better than the first movie from the 70s. Even though I do like the original, this one is more fun and hardcore, and so I like it better. Good stuff. Number 9, Friday the 13th, Part 2. I like Part 2 because of the third act, the chase scenes, and her trying to get away from trying to get away from Jason. Very suspenseful. Actually kind of had me on edge, like, get the fuck out of there, get out of there. Now, when it comes to Fridays, I like 2, 3, 4, and 6. Anything else I don't really give a shit about. Alright, next. Halloween 2018 is number 8. Number 8 is 2018 Halloween. I've already done a whole review on this channel about this movie, so I'll keep this short and sweet. I think this movie did a perfect job of bringing the franchise back, showing Michael Myers, showing Laurie Strode, having a Halloween atmosphere. I think they knocked it out of the park. They cut the bullshit sibling aspect out of the franchise. I really like that. I appreciate that. Michael doesn't need to have a motive. Michael's better without a motive, and scarier without a motive. So that's that. Number 7, Halloween 1978. I like this film. I do think it drags a bit. I understand that it's a slow burn, but sometimes you got to give us something in between. It is my favorite Halloween movie, but it is a bit slow. It is a bit dated. The dialogue is a little cringy in places. So that's where it lands. Number 6, I Know What You Did Last Summer. I like this movie. It came out when I was in junior high. It was kind of riding the Scream slasher train, gravy train. And it's good. It's good. It sets up the story. Got Jennifer Love Hewitt and Sarah Michelle Gellar in this, Freddie Prinze Jr. It's good, but it's a typical slasher, and it can drag in some places, but overall, it's really good. It's original story, it's good setting, good northeast, New York, Jersey, kind of Hamptons vibes in the film. So. Number 5, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Yeah, I like the sequel more than the first one, and that's because it's like a race against the clock in the second one. Freddie Prinze Jr. has to get to the island to save Julie because the killer's there, and there just seems to be more on the line. I think it's a little more hip, it's a little more edgy than the first one. I don't know, just something about it I really enjoy. I'd rather watch that one than the first one. And number 4, Scream 3. Scream 3. A lot of people hate Scream 3. They think it's dog shit. I can't disagree. There are parts in this movie that are complete crap. The movie could have been better. The kills could have been better. They use a lot of guns in this as opposed to knives. It's a little more modern. But overall, I like the film because it does wrap up nicely the trilogy. We did not need number 4 and 5. Those are horrible movies. I don't care for 4 and 5. I don't care what anyone says about number 4. We didn't need to have it. The first act in this film with Cotton Weary getting killed is amazing. Super cool. Well done. And the third act in this film is fantastic. Wraps up everything nicely with Roman telling Sidney why he's doing it and the backstory about their mom and all this shit. So I think it's done well. First act, third act, great stuff. Everything in between. I can't disagree with you there, but it earns the spot just for those 2 acts. Number 3, Black Christmas 1974. This movie's awesome. Kick ass. I came into it late. Didn't know about this movie until the last couple of years. Huge regret because it's good 70s horror. And it's done at Christmas time. The dude breaks into this sorority house and starts picking bitches off one by one. Lives up in the attic. They don't know he's up there till the end of the movie when the calls trace back to the house. And, yeah, it's a good movie. It's got Margot Kidder in it. She also plays in the Amityville Horror and the Superman movie. She's Lois Lane. So, definitely check out this movie. It's a little under the radar compared to the rest of this list. The rest of my list is pretty standard popcorn slasher films, but this one's a little under the radar, so check it out. Number 2, Scream 1996. I love the first Scream. It's amazing. It is what got me into the horror genre. I thought it was so cool and hip when it came out. I really liked it. The directing is great. Wes Craven knocked it out of the park. Nothing like this had ever been done before. There's never been a scary movie that really discussed the rules of scary movies. Now, I know Wes Craven did New Nightmare before this, but that was a little different. That was kind of like, Freddy had come out of the movies into reality to kill people working on the movie. But that's different, because in Scream, you're still in this world. You're still in a fake world where the characters are inspired by the films. I don't know. It's just different. But yeah, Scream was very meta, very hip. Neve Campbell did a great job in this. Wes Craven did a great job directing it. The score is great. The comedy is great. The dialogue written by Kevin Williamson is awesome. It reinvigorated the slasher genre. It brought back horror real big in the 90s when it was basically dead throughout the late 80s, early 90s. And got a whole new generation of people to appreciate horror films like me. And my number 1 slasher of all time is Scream 2. Yeah, I like number 2 more than 1. Sue me. I think it's just a better film overall. I think it's directed better. I think the dialogue's better. Now, I don't like the scene in the lunch hall where he's singing to her and shit. That's cringe. But everything else around that is great. I like the reveal with Mickey at the end and Billy's mom. I just think it's way more edgy. It's just an edgier movie, and that's what the Scream films are. The Scream films are tongue-in-cheek, edgy 90s meta shit. And they talk about sequels and the rules to sequels in this, and I like seeing the characters in the movie know that they're in a sequel. Like, they know they're in... That the killer's trying to do a sequel with the murders on campus. So, I think it's better, and one of the great lines in the movie will always be, one of the best lines in any movie, is when Ghostface is in the car, driving, and the Sidney's bodyguard's outside the car with the gun, and he goes, "Get out of the car, you fucker!" It gets me every time. It's good shit. So, alright guys, that's it. That's my top 10 slashers. Hate it or love it. I don't really care. Go down in the comments. Tell me your top 10. And other than that, have a good one, guys. Peace out.